The Sprite leads her shimmering swarm, spiraling high over the rampart canopy, at high noon banking left toward the towers. The Sprite darts with precision through the elderwood trunks, as her shimmering swarm follows in perfect unison.
Two black ravens perch motionless atop the vine-covered rampart stone wall at high noon.
The Sprite plucks and examines a single glowberry, its violet nectar drop falling in a glowing arc.
The Sprite devours glowberries rapidly, and her wings beating eagerly as violet bioluminescence flushes through the veins.
The rampart understory reveals larger, more luminescent glowberry clusters hanging at water level.
The Sprite descends sharply to the larger glowberry clusters over the root bridge, leaving the swarm behind. The Sprite works through the 3 glowberry clusters absorbed and violet-stained on the root bridge.
3 arched tunnels open ahead in the ancient elderwood roots, each with different light at the far end.
The Sprite glances back once, then accelerates decisively toward the next larger glowberry cluster ahead. The Sprite eats glowberries in passing, each cluster larger and more irresistible than the last. The carved rampart celestial pathway stones, stained with violet nectar, lead directly to the largest glowberry cluster yet. The Sprite abandons all caution and presses her face into the largest glowberry cluster as blue mist begins to gather. The Sprite glides forward, eating each glowberry along the line without slowing toward the cave. The Sprite hovers deliberately at the cave threshold, holding the final most luminous glowberry. The Sprite bites the final glowberry as the last sunlight vanishes and deep blue dusk settles instantly.
Night falls and the cave moss glow becomes the beacon on the cliff beneath the castle tower constellation. 2 black ravens wait patiently above the perfectly carved triangular cave entrance, glowing with cave moss.
The Sprite hovers at the cave threshold, drawn by warm air and amber sparks rising from within.
The ceiling crystal lattice pulses with amber light as golden drops hang and begin their slow fall.
The Sprite enters the vast amber crystal chamber, a tiny spark in a cathedral of weeping golden formations.
The chamber floor mirrors the crystal ceiling perfectly, as the central stone basin pulses with a rhythmic note from below.
The Sprite crouches at the stone basin, her reflection perfectly mirrored in the golden liquid as crystals lean inward. The Sprite fingertip touches the golden liquid in the basin, triggering the anomalous characters to pulse faster.
The lower circular aperture glows with warmer, honey-saturated light, carrying the deeper, heavier sweetness of the cave.
The Sprite turns toward the honey-warm lower circular aperture, registering its deeper, sweeter presence.
The Sprite walks deliberately across the mirror floor toward the lower circular aperture, crystals brightening in her path. The Sprite descends into the dragon passage, reliefs pressing in as the crystal eye blinks with living fire. The Sprite spreads her wings fully and descends into the great chamber, her wing light revealing the black mirror pool far below.
The jib rises, revealing the hexagonal dragon utopia columns and the enormous amber stalactite at the vault center.
The Sprite orbits the enormous amber stalactite, her wing light, and the stalactite glow merging into warm rose gold.
The enormous amber stalactite surface reveals spiral-carved channels and layered growth rings of geological generosity.
The Sprite brings her eyes and fingertip to the golden liquid channel, every prior hunger now distilled into perfect stillness. The Sprite lifts the golden-coated fingertip to her lips in ceremonial motion as the stalactite and vault blaze to new luminosity.
From vault height, the black mirror pool gathers its golden film inward as the reflected stalactite doubles in intensity.
The golden liquid reaches the Sprite lips, triggering the enormous amber stalactite to detonate in a single full-body pulse. The light explosion wave races outward, igniting every Dragon Utopia pillar and reflecting back from the chamber walls. The Sprite hovers at stalactite level as the Great Chamber walls transform into amber crystal around her. The transformed Great Chamber reveals a new crystal corridor, blazing with higher brilliance and warm rose gold light at its far end.
The crystal corridor entrance opens with rampart elven runes.
The Sprite moves through the crystal corridor, reading the glowing rampart elven runes as rainbow light plays across her skin.
The anomalous non-elven characters pulse with the same rhythm as the stone basin glyphs beside a small carved arrow and preserved handprint.
The Sprite walks toward the Dragon Utopia gateway, as rose gold light from beyond bathes her in the same bilateral glow as the cave entrance above.
The Sprite steps through the Dragon Utopia gateway into the rose gold fountain chamber, the arch acknowledging her passage with one final brightening. The rose quartz walls reveal frozen cloud formations and a braided gold mosaic. The Sprite drifts forward past the 12 Dragon Utopia treasure chests, her focus fixed entirely on the honey amber fountain arc ahead. The Dragon Utopia fountain basin holds deeper honey amber liquid in a permanent slow vortex at its center. Amber cave moths stir from the ceiling and circle downward, flashing rose gold and blue-white as they descend toward the Sprite. The Sprite crouches at the fountain basin, her breath rippling the honey amber surface as convection cells move in the warm gold liquid. Sprite submerges her hand in the honey amber, the denser liquid, forming a thicker meniscus before reluctantly releasing in a single clinging drop. The 12 Dragon Utopia treasure chests stand in a ring, each with a unique composite gem inlay and outward-looking amber dragon eye at its base. The Sprite steps back from the fountain basin and turns to the ruby treasure chest, mirroring the carved offering figure's gesture at its base. The ruby chest pulses as the Sprite mirrors the offering gesture, her honey amber-coated palms responding with increased warm glow. The Sprite turns from the activated chest ring and returns to the fountain, opening her palms to reveal the collected glowing honey amber. The carved dragon column imparts clockwise rotation and shapes the honey amber stream into its permanent parabolic arc. The Sprite examines the cupped honey amber, tilting her hands as its richness fills the air at nose level, preparing for contact. The chamber blazes white gold as the Sprite pulls back from the fountain, the rose quartz walls turning translucent to reveal enormous folded dragon wings behind them. The Sprite turns her head, scanning the translucent walls, revealing enormous folded dragon wings resting behind every rose quartz panel all around the chamber. The amber cave moths rest on the 12 blazing treasure chests, conducting the gem light through their wings and diffusing it into the chamber ambient rose gold. The Sprite returns to the fountain and scoops a full double handful of honey amber with direct, purposeful movement. The Sprite remains suspended as amber crystal begins forming on her feet, and the dragon scale presses further through the widening crack. The dragon stops 5 meters from the Sprite, and its warm breath accelerates the amber crystal forming on her legs toward her thighs.
The crystallization reaches the Sprite chest, sealing the violet nectar inside amber crystal that now holds a miniature image of the 12 chest gems. The sprite raises her crystallizing hands in the offering posture as the amber crystal on her forearms projects a warm fan of light onto the fountain basin.
The sprite maintains the offering posture as amber crystal reaches her upper chest, and the dragon shifts to a patient witness stance.
The dragon thermal field expands around the amber wing figure as the chest ring unifies to the same amber frequency.
Sprite is now a single unified amber crystal figure suspended at the center, with the violet nectar journey sealed inside her transparent form. The 12 treasure chests redirect their unified amber beams to converge on the standing amber crystal figure, creating the brightest point in the chamber.
The amber crystal figure stands blazing in 12-beam convergence as its wings project a... The anomalous inscription completes its final dimming as the carved handprint fades, leaving only the regular Rampart Elven text. The jib rises through the chamber, revealing the amber crystal figure at center, with 12 beams converging, and the
The drone rises from the fountain basin, carrying the completed Dragon Utopia chamber into the deep earth above.